Welcome to the BBSQC family. This is DJ Gemini, and we're about to present to you a special edition of the Black Brotherhood Squadcast. Y'all check it out, y'all. All right. We are back for the last segment of the Black Brotherhood Squadcast. Once again, I am DJ Gemini, and here with my brothers Fish, Holiday, Yancey, and Nev. You've got to believe that this combination right here is God's doing. This time we won't finger roll Pat Ewing. I got a few things I want to plug real quick. We was talking about it while we was on the break. Sorry y'all couldn't be a part of that. Squad up. But go on Netflix and pull up Earthquake's Legendary, executive produced by another DC native, Dave Chappelle. That joint is hilarious. It will split your ribs in half. I guarantee it. Go check it out on Netflix. Earthquake Legendary. Also, tonight, if you got that HBO Max app, Winning Time. The Rise of the Laker Dynasty comes on tonight at 9 p.m. on HBO Max. Quincy Isaiah plays Magic Johnson, while Devon Nixon plays Norm Nixon. That's right, Devon Nixon. That is Norm Nixon and Debbie Allen's son, actually playing his father. Adrian Brody plays Pat Riley, and John C. Riley plays Jerry Buss. Winning Time, HBO Max, March 6th, 9 p.m. All right, let's go ahead and move this thing right on along. We're going to close this out with a topic called It's Time to Facelift the Book of Social Media. Although the title is an obvious play on the social conglomerate of Facebook, we need to peel back the layers of not only FB, but IG and the little blue birdie, otherwise known as Twitter. What are the pros and cons of social media? Holiday, break it down till it can't be broke no more.
Definitely a pro is the reach it gives you to the world. But definitely to friends, high school friends. Like you say, during the break, we actually brought up a friend from our childhood, wondering how he was doing, if anybody talked to him. It's different things like that. So you don't have to feel alone. Some of the least popular kids in school coming up, they can now talk to their friends and still reach them who they would generally lose out contact with, and having to form new friends and stuff if you move. It kind of eases you through that because you can stay connected. Yancey's been in Wisconsin now for what 2 decades almost?
I think one, I believe.
Okay.
Almost 2. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Almost
okay.
2, yeah.
All
It's
right.
been quite some time. So, but we're still able to connect through social media. Definitely a con is being tracked. We have lost our privacy through almost any just having a phone now. The smartphone itself, you're tracked. But as far as regard to social media, just any app that tries to get you that for free is tracking you. And even the ones you pay for, if you don't read up carefully, they're tracking you too. And so, that part is definitely a con. The influence you have now, somebody that you wouldn't pay 2 cents to in the past, you're listening to because you don't really see this picture. You see the representation they put for you on social media. And so it's a few things that you see in their pictures or a few quotes they may have saying that you like. And so you figure this person is somebody that you would listen to or you follow their influence. And so now you don't know if you're being trolled, tricked, but if you don't have your own thinking and stand on your own beliefs, you're easily following this crowd. Ooh, they said. And so, it was bad enough in our time when it was just word of mouth. Now, on social media, if you get enough people to say, well, it got to be true, it's on the internet. Man, please. So that part is as good as it is, the pro to get the news, it can be just as bad because it can be bad news. I don't use fake news because people use that wrong now. Because when he said that, basically that was saying it was not news of interest. Not that it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
It was not news of interest. But now people are taking it and make it like, oh, you're lying. No, that's not what the purpose of fake news is, but that's a whole other thing. Like I say, just social media is great. It allows you to, it's great in the fact that it allows you to be entrepreneurs. We got more entrepreneurs than ever. It allows you to get your own base. If you don't like going 9 to 5, you can find something on there to sell and try to strive and make a living on. It's another way to make some extra income when you're sleeping. We all want our money to make money. It's definitely a pro in that you can learn a lot of things that you may not know how to do, that you can watch on video and see and accomplish. A lot of cooks have come out of watching videos and different things that can save you money on. I always mess this up, the DIY. And so things like that are great. But again, like I say, just as you can be lifted, you can be pulled down the wrong rabbit hole. Follow just things that you would shun off. But like music used to do, or like you talk about the influence it have on you. If you're in an emotional state and you go online, just searching some things on your phone, on the internet, now Facebook and all your other apps are going to advertise these things to you. Just go online and look for a car or some shoes or some shirts or whatever. And it's just amazing how you get these ads all of a sudden because you're being tracked. And so the influence that they try to have on you, now that part is negative. So it's I guess it's like anything else in the world. It brings this balance. You just have to be careful. And that would be my 2 cents on social media today.
Okay, Holiday. Appreciate that. I'm glad you pointed out, or explained rather, the whole breakdown on the fake news thing. So thanks for touching on that. Fish, Facelift, the book on social media.
This is an interesting one because my wife loves Instagram, Facebook. She's up to date on the social media apps. Me, myself, it's been a while, a few years since I've been on Facebook. Number one, time-wise, very busy. And if I'm not doing something that I need to do, chances are I may surf the internet. But it's rarely that I'm going on Facebook just because most of the people that I need to be in contact with, I can be in contact with other ways. With that being said, I have lost contact with some people I strictly was able to keep in contact on Facebook. So there's benefits to being on there. I've heard about some of the spirited, I'll say spirited conversations that can pop up from people commenting on other people's comments. I'm not a big poster of what I've done today. Or if it's not something that is extraordinary, if it is just a normal day, it was good to catch up on other people and see what they share. But I felt like I didn't have much to offer in that game. With TikTok and the other things, I've yet to try it, so I can't say something on it one way or the other. However, I do understand that some people enjoy it. I'm leery on a lot of it just because you have a lot of ways of people tracking stuff of what you're interested in and things about that. So I'm paranoid with my information.
Okay, really appreciate that. Just real quick before we go into Yancey, just want to drop a real quick fact, 2006, Google purchased YouTube for $1.68 billion, mainly because Google wanted to get into video sharing, and they did try their own hand with it with Google videos, but it didn't really take. So they wound up purchasing YouTube. So basically, whenever, a lot of times when you go on Google and search for something, search for a video, it's automatically being produced to you by Google rather than YouTube itself now. So just wanted to drop that real quick, just a little side by side. But Yancey, you can go ahead and get on into this thing.
I think social media, the main benefit of social media is the connection part, where you can connect with people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. People that people that you went to school with and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I think that's how Facebook started, for you to get in contact with college roommates and stuff like that. I think the negative part of social media, when people get on social media, I think they lose all sense of critical thinking. Just because when you look at the pictures that people post up there, you can get caught up in, I wish I was living like that, or I wish I was able to do that, or, how come my life isn't like that? So people only gonna put on Facebook and Instagram, for the most part, the good stuff. So everybody has stuff that they're dealing with. But you do have to use critical thinking, and you can't let social media become your life. And I think that's the other negative thing. But again, it's a choice. It's just like, when we first got the cell phones, why is this person calling me? If you don't want to talk, don't answer the phone. If you don't want to deal with what people are doing, don't go on Facebook. Don't feel like you have to respond to every comment or to every like. Don't get caught up because you don't have enough likes. I just think sometimes, and I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I think I'm on Instagram. And I understand why you have it. People use it as a marketing tool. Businesses use it. They love it. Like you said, Holiday, you search for, all I have to do is say, go to the Pittsburgh Steelers site. And before I know it, I'm getting all this stuff about the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I understand its use and how good it is, because it is a marketing tool. However, remember, as individuals, we still have a choice to make. You don't have to get on Facebook. You don't have to be offended by what somebody says. You don't have to respond, talk about fake news, for every negative stat that I don't agree with, I'm sure I can look on a few other sites and find somebody that agrees with me. I think we have to be careful, because yes, it's there. It's going to always be here, probably, for the most part. But you have to decide how much you want to spend on social media. You have to determine if you're going to get upset because you don't have a certain number of likes. You're going to have to determine if, am I going to respond to this person that I know they feel different from me, and if I say something, it's going to be a long, drawn-out argument on Facebook or whatever you call it. I just think people just have to remember, and it's easier said than done, but, don't get caught up. Don't let Facebook or Instagram or anything dictate your life. Use your life to dictate whether or not you're going to share it on those social media apps. I just look at it like that. The great thing is the connectivity. The bad thing is social media becomes their life.
Right, absolutely. And that's not a good thing at all. Ned, you are next, sir.
Social media, we've talked about it many times through different topics and stuff like that. But social media, like anything else, there's pros and cons to everything in life. Social media is the same, it's no different. Like everybody said, being connected, building your own business through social media, building your own revenue, whatever you say, you can build it easier now than back in the days. You could become a rap superstar through just social media and stuff like that nowadays. But on the other hand, you give so much away through social media. We give away our everything through social media. I'm not saying everyone does it, but for the most part, you're giving all your privacy away. Not only through social media, through these phones, with the phone, with the face, getting your face to open up your phone, your fingerprints, face recognition and stuff like that. My conspiracy thinking, it steals your identity to make sure you're basically your chart. They have a chart on everybody somewhere and we're giving it to them now. We're giving them, I have this Apple Watch on my wrist that takes my pulse and takes this and takes that and gives that information to God knows who. Now, they know exactly everything about me that I don't even know. I don't even know my pulse rate and everything like that. I can see it maybe if I go look for it, but why do they have it? You know what I mean? It's like, so everything that they create for us or technology gives to us, they take something away from us. You know what I mean? So our privacy and our lifestyles are always being, watched and everything through social media. And we're basically giving it to them. So it's scary. You have Snapchat that constantly takes pictures of people's faces all the time and scans it and all this stuff. Facebook, everybody puts their everyday living on Facebook every day, what meal they ate, if they went to the 5-star restaurant, if they had McDonald's, they put it on Facebook. Every kid's birthday, their anniversary, everybody's information nowadays, in which, it can be a good thing, but it's a very dangerous thing, because now you have people that hack computers and hack social media, hack these phones because it's connected. Now you have people that hack these things and go get it. You'll get people's information here. Now people getting put in debt because of shit they didn't do. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that other people are out here purposely trying to affect people's lives, and they got the information possibly through social media or something, because that's the easiest way to get information. Because I don't think it's as easy to get a lot of information. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, you can get everybody's information from Google as well. So, I mean, but all these different entities nowadays in our lives, they have basically taken over everybody's lives. Now with your cell phone, now you got to have 5G, and then they cutting off this G, and you got to spend money to go get that G so they can watch you through this phone. I mean, it's just crazy, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's always positive to it too. You know what I mean? You got your apps like Waze, social media called Waze. You know what I mean? Where it's a traffic social media, where they tell you if cops are up the road because somebody ahead of you passed the cop. Now they put it on Waze. Now behind them. So it's a lot of things that's helpful, but I think it's a lot more dangerous stuff out there that can affect you and hurt you and your families.
I couldn't agree more. One of my concerns is the lack of filter with social media. I know we're all familiar with the saying, with you are what you eat. At the same token, you're affected by what you see. So your mentality also can become what you see a lot of times, if you're not strong-minded enough to keep that from happening. Case in point, one of the most highest streamed videos on social media is videos of controversy, basically involving violence. Be it someone recorded a domestic violence situation, be it war, like what's going on between Russia and Ukraine right now, or be it just a neighborhood fight, or whatever the case may be. I tend not to watch stuff like that. I know a couple of dudes I used to hang out with a couple of years ago. Every time somebody would post a video of somebody fighting, they be trying to run around and show everybody, man, take a look at this. And my response would be every time, man, I don't want to see that shit. What I want to see that for? So it got to the point where they ain't even try to show me no more, because it seeps into your psyche. I don't watch the news every day, because to be honest with you, you need to change the news to bad news. There's very rarely any good news on the news. I don't need to wake up 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to hear bad news. I don't need to go through my midday or get ready to go to bed watching the 11 o'clock news. Now I can't get to sleep because this person getting shot in Southeast or XYZ didn't happen. And now that's on my mind. Now, I'll read, an article here and there, and I will watch the news here and there, but I can't take it daily. I got to take things in doses. And a lot of times, man, when people get into social media, they don't know how to take things in portions. It's just like with your eating habits. You eat a lot, your ass gonna get fat. You know, so you gotta learn. Yes, you had to raise your hand. You threw me off with that. Anyway, you gotta take things in portions, man. You gotta know how to pace yourself. Now, getting back to the no filter thing. There was a time, man, when they would show something on television or even play something on the radio that wasn't appropriate for minors and things of that nature. They would give you a disclaimer or a warning. Hey, you may want to tell, you know, if you have small children in the car, whatever the case may be, you may want to turn the channel, or you may want to send them in another room and things of that nature. Now with people recording themselves running from the police, recording themselves running from somebody that's shooting at them, or they shooting at somebody while they on Facebook Live or IG Live, there is no filter. You see that IG Live or that FB Live icon pop up, you click right on it, and boom, you right in the mix. There ain't nobody to edit it for you. There ain't nobody to water it down for you. You seeing it straight raw and nasty. And it's really poisoning. It's poisoning everybody's minds, but it's really poisoning the minds of our youth. It's just like, you know, playing video games, you know, Tour of Duty and things of that nature. They desensitized to death. They're desensitized to tragedy and trauma and things of that nature. They don't feel it like somebody from my generation or previous generations do. It don't affect them the same. Because, hey, I see this all the time on a video game. I see this all the time on social media. What's the big deal? So that's one of my things. Right now, my son at his grade level, they learn about algorithms. I know recently Damon Dash made a comment that he feels that he blames a lot of the deadly rap battle beefs on the algorithms. Of course, there's good algorithms and there's bad algorithms. He was like, you know, he thinks the bad algorithms is basically causing these youngins to just act out violent the way they do. Whether you agree or disagree is a discussion for another day. But with that being said, I just want to ask a quick question before you get up out of here. Like Nev said, there are pros and cons to social media. So I don't want to spend too much on the cons of it. Let's speak on some pros of it. Fish, if you don't mind going first.
Pros and cons. It's a great networking site. It's a way to reach a lot of people with information, good or bad. Which is also the con of it. It's a way to reach a lot of people with bad content and influence a lot of people, or get them to, if they're already feeling a certain way, make them a little more vulnerable,
right,
to a certain situation or agenda trying to be pushed. So that's my view in a nutshell.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, if everybody can just kind of keep the answers, you know, short and sweet. Nev?
I'm gonna go look at it like this, because we always talk about, you know, I believe all of our favorite genres growing up was hip hop. You know, we always talk about that, how hip hop is dying and stuff like that. It's just been the term. But I've come to find out that with YouTube and the social platform that YouTube has given us, that if you want to find good hip hop or good music, that you can find it if you go look for it. You know what I mean? Right. I know it's hard to find out who is who nowadays, because we're not into it as much as we used to be, or you don't know which rapper is this or what it is. But there is opportunity for you to find people that really do rap, because there's a lot of talent out here nowadays. And I've spent a little bit of time doing that. You know, I'm not into music as much as Gemini is, but I do pay attention to music probably more than everybody else on here. I'm believing. I'm not going to say on anybody's music knowledge, but anyway, I believe so. So I have noticed that I don't believe that hip hop is dead. I just believe that the music that comes on the radio makes hip hop look like it's dead. Because hip hop is fully alive behind the scenes and stuff like that. So that's my answer. I don't want to go on too long about it, but that's my answer. The music is dead through social media if you want it.
Cool. Yancey.
I think the best thing about social media is to piggyback what Nev said, it does open you up to connect to a lot of different things that you may not have had exposure to. Again, if you want to plan a birthday party or if you want to, find some interest that you have, it opens the world to you. But like with anything, you have to be careful about that, because just because you go into something doesn't mean that on the outside, you don't know what it's like on the inside. But I will say from a positive perspective, it does give you more outlets to learn about different music. To learn about, educational resources, to connect with friends you've never seen before, to learn how to do certain things. You may be going through a difficult time. There's groups out there to help you with this and to help you with that. But again, once you submerge yourself into that particular group or that area, you can't forget about the critical thinking, because that's what can get you awry, as far as is this helpful or hurtful? Because whenever you're thinking that I got to look like this, or I got to be like this, or I got to put this amount of trips up, then you start to compete. And again, you need to dictate what's on social media, not social media dictating how you live, Right. But it does expose you to a lot of things. It does make the world a whole lot smaller, just to piggyback off of what Nev was talking about.
Okay, appreciate that, Yan. We're about to end off facelifting the book on social media. So, Holiday, please bring us home.
To focus on the pros, like you said, I think one of them is, like you say, their exposure. You get out there, you can reach out on a GoFundMe account and get people that you never met to help you in situations like that. You can find like-minded groups. If you suffer from diabetes like myself, I've never gone through it. If you feel that you're overweight, there are obesity groups. If you're underweight, even if you are having a suicidal thought, there are people that can help you mentally. And especially right now with there being a focus on mental health, you're able to reach out to groups that and people that you never met and may not been able to contact or hear about. You can share within their stories and share your own stories and feel a little more comforted in what you're going through. So that is definitely a pro to social media.
Greatly appreciate that, Holiday. On that note, we're about to close out. That does conclude Show 2, Season 2, Black Brotherhood Squadcast. I am DJ Gemini, in here with Holiday, Nev, Fish, and Yancey. We greatly appreciate all the BBSQC listeners, as I like to refer to you as the Squad Up, for joining us for this special edition of It's Time to Facelift the Book of Social Media. Just like anything in life, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be responsible. There's a lot of pros to social media, but of course there's a lot of cons. And we got to be responsible with our usage of social media, just like you have to be responsible when it comes to your diet, responsible when it comes to your exercise, responsible when it comes to your job, responsible when it comes to your family obligations, so on and so on and so on, etc., etc., etc. So, let's all proceed through life being responsible with social media. And as we do so, provide a facelift that's better for the future that's growing up today and for the future generations. I'm DJ Gemini for the Black Brotherhood Squadcast. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Woodman's. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big-time money on quality cereal.
Giant-sized boxes of General Mills cereals, just $3.69 each.
Ay, caramba, these are great prices.
General Mills cereals for $3.69.
Hot, hot, hot prices. Kids love it.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Black Brotherhood Squadcast.
Check these brothers out.
The Kings keep shining.
Check these brothers out. Yo, my name is candid. Check these brothers out. Check these brothers out.
The Kings keep shining. Black Brotherhood Squadcast.
Yo, my name is candid. Check these brothers out. Yo, be on the lookout for the Black Brotherhood podcast. These cats are for me.
So this is Alexa V, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the Black Brotherhood Squadcast. The Kings keep shining. Black Brotherhood Squadcast. Keep shining. Black Brotherhood Squadcast. The Kings